Hello class, today we're going to look at how to introduce a bill to Congress.
For what purpose does the gentleman from Texas seek recognition?
Good evening, Mr. Speaker. I send to the desk a privileged report from Committee on Rules for filing under the rule.
The clerk will report the title.
Report to accompany House Resolution 361, resolution waiving a requirement of Clause 6A of Rule 13 with respect to consideration of certain resolutions reported from the Committee on Rules.
All right, now we're going to look at overview, introductions, and referral of bills.
And relating to consideration of the Senate amendment to the bill H.R. 2642 to provide for the reform and continuation of agricultural and other programs of the Department of Agriculture through fiscal year 2018 and for other purposes.
Referred to the House calendar and ordered printed.
An idea for a bill may come from anybody. However, only members of Congress can introduce a bill in Congress. Bills can be introduced at any time the House is in session. There are four basic types of legislation: bills, joint resolutions, concurrent resolutions, and simple resolutions. A bill's type must be determined first.
Legislation may take one of several forms, depending on the intended purpose. Bills and joint resolutions may become law if enacted during the two-year Congress in which they were introduced. Only members of each chamber may introduce legislation, though occasionally a member introduces legislation by request of the President or others. Members and their staff typically consult with nonpartisan attorneys in each chamber's Legislative Counsel office for assistance in putting policy proposals into legislative language. Members may circulate the bill and ask others in the chamber, often via Dear Colleague letters, to sign on as original co-sponsors of a bill to demonstrate a solid base of support for the idea. In the House, a bill is introduced when it is dropped in the hopper, a wooden box on the House floor. In the Senate, the bill is submitted to clerks on the Senate floor. Upon introduction, the bill will receive a designation based on the chamber of introduction. For example, HR or HJ Res for House-originated bills or joint resolutions, and S or SJ Res for Senate-originated measures. It will also receive a number, which typically is the next number available in sequence during that two-year Congress. In the House, bills are then referred by the Speaker. Most bills fall under the jurisdiction of one committee. If multiple committees are involved and receive the bill, each committee may work only on the portion of the bill under its jurisdiction. One of those committees will be designated the primary committee of jurisdiction and will likely take the lead on any action that may occur. In the Senate, bills are typically referred to committee in a similar process, though in almost all cases, the bill is referred to only the committee with jurisdiction over the issue that predominates in the bill. In a limited number of cases, a bill might not be referred to committee, but instead be placed directly on the Senate calendar of business through a series of procedural steps on the floor.
Class Project Phase 1. Step 1, group will brainstorm an original idea for a bill. I will give you a list of different topics that you can look at. Step 2, group will formulate a written subject of bill with related pros and cons and bullet comments. This requires research. Step 3, group will craft bill and language for submission to House for consideration. I will give you a template bill for this. Phase 2, a member of each group will introduce a bill to our student Congress. And finally, step 5, student Congress will debate and vote on all proposed bills.
For what purpose does the gentleman from Texas seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House do now adjourn.
The question is on the motion to adjourn. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Accordingly, the House stands adjourned until 9 a.m. tomorrow.